Would you leave everything behind in the dead of night, not knowing what's ahead? For my family and millions of others, that was the only option. This is the real story of the Great Migration. The Great Migration was one of the most significant movements in American history. Over 6 million African Americans left the South between 1910 and 1970, seeking better jobs, safer communities, and basic human rights. But their journey was anything but easy. In this video, we'll explore why they left, how they traveled, and what they found when they arrived. Along the way, I'll also share a personal story of how my own family made this journey from Arkansas to Chicago in the mid-60s. What was the Great Migration? Before we get too deep, let's make sure we all understand what the Great Migration was. Between 1910 and 1970, over 6 million African Americans left the rural South for cities in the North, Midwest, and West. Even though migration patterns slowed after 1960, the impact of the Great Migration continued well into the 1970s. Now, imagine living in a place where you couldn't vote, where your children were forced to attend inferior schools, and where the threat of violence loomed over you every day. This was the reality for millions of African Americans living under Jim Crow. But they weren't just running away. They were running toward something too. They were chasing opportunities, better jobs, a chance to educate their children, and most of all, dignity. Leaving wasn't just about survival. It was about hope. And if you're watching this, chances are your family may have been part of this movement. Let me know in the comments where your family migrated from and where they ended up. Why did they leave the South? To understand why people left, we have to take a look at the conditions in the South. Jim Crow laws weren't just rules. They were a way to keep black people poor, uneducated, and living in fear. Segregated schools, poll taxes, and violent groups like the Ku Klux Klan kept black communities under constant threat. For my family, that fear became real in the late 1950s.
That's a wrap, history seekers. Catch the full story on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Peace and love.